Jermall Charlo against Sergiy Derevyanchenko. One of the best fights of the year. There hasn't been many fights this year, but it's one of the best fights of the year. It's going to be on the same bill as his twin brother. I think it deserves top billing. It deserves to be the fight of the night, the main event. Whoever wins definitely deserves that shot against Canelo Alvarez and all the money it will bring. It's a real hard one to pick. Austin Trout is one of 2 or 3 guys who has fought both Charlo twins. And he said that he feels Jermall is a little bit more skillful. He shows different moves in there. Going off the respective performances of Jermall and Jermall, both beating Trout, Jermall won by wider margins. So maybe there's some truth to that. Jermall does seem to have a more basic brand of boxing. Maybe a little bit more powerful with the shots, but it's perhaps easier to manipulate by a better technician. Now, in 2018, he fought Matt Korobov, and it wasn't easy. He possibly deserved to lose. Korobov, cute little technician waiting for the counters, landed a lot of straight left hands and was slipping on the outside of Jermall's vaunted right and coming up to his ribs with a left. Just showing little niceties that you don't really see with Jermall. A boxer who I see rarely feint. He doesn't try and feint you out of position, get you to react. He's a little bit basic with the way he goes about his work. But in Jermall's defence, though a bit basic, he does everything quite well. And while he does fight a bit one-paced, that helps him last and remain crisp and dangerous for the full 12. And that is what helped him get his way back in to the Korobov fight. He started landing his shots a bit more, and the guy in his mid-30s started to tire. Now, of course, Derevyanchenko is also in his mid-30s. And he has had 2 narrow, sickening defeats against Jacobs and now Golovkin. A fight I thought he maybe deserved to win. He still lost. If he comes into this fight a little bit like, I'm going to give it 80%, but if the going gets tough, I'm just not going to go into that 5th gear, then it's going to make it easier for the younger and bigger man. And one shot that Jermall has, one of his better shots that he wasn't really able to use against the upright Korobov, is his right uppercut. And Derevyanchenko comes forward, kind of hunched over. Defensively very good, keeps his hands up and a lot of lateral movement. You saw that against Golovkin, made him miss a lot. But he is there. He engages you. And he's quite high output. He likes to keep his combinations going. Certainly in the later rounds against Jermall, if he feels he's behind, he will be looking to get in that big right uppercut. And then just maybe he can do what he's setting out to do. To be the first man to stop Derevyanchenko and really send a message. The odds may favour Jermall. That might be the script, but I'm going to go against the grain. Derevyanchenko was flawed against Jacobs and Golovkin. He was also cut against Golovkin. He was trying to work against a deficit. If he doesn't get flawed here early, keeps on with his output, makes life difficult for Jermall, and keeps tucked up in those later rounds, I think he may be able to win this decision and finally become a world champion. It's a great fight. I think the styles are going to work very nicely. Jermall's got a lot to prove, so if he is behind, he's going to go for it. But I think the technician, Derevyanchenko, can hold it together this time, apply the pressure, his great head-to-body combinations. He's great at putting them together, he really is. Not fantastic at one thing, but very accomplished. I think he can officially win this one on the scorecards. What do you think? Do you agree? Or is the younger, bigger man going to go on to bigger and better things?